So you've probably created your own Facebook ads campaign, but now you're wondering, how can you generate leads? How can you maximize your results? So today I'm going to go over how to optimize your campaign to get more leads for a lower cost. Now I'm sharing my screen and I'm showing you a campaign I created for my parents' martial arts school. As you can see, this month we've generated 35 leads at $13.43 per lead. I would say that's pretty good. Like our benchmark is usually like about $25 cost per lead. Now, there's definitely outliers, you know. I mentioned this in another video, but I have a new client I'm working with who we've generated him 157 leads in a week and a half at like $1.75 per lead. I mean, there's definitely outliers, but I would say like anything $25 or less is like pretty good to aim for. In order to lower your cost per lead over time, too many people make the mistake of focusing on their targeting. You can try different types of ad sets like, you know, lookalikes and detailed and cold and stacked and dynamic creatives. But what's going to make the biggest impact on your campaign is the actual ads. So this is where I'd focus most of your time into. When it comes to lowering your cost per lead, it's literally just about testing. Marketing is just a fancy word for testing. What you want to do is be testing out different elements. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean. So as you can see there, by the way, what we did with this ad, not a lot of people do this. We uploaded it in like full 1080 by 1950 so that when it shows up as like a story or a reel, it looks like very like, you know, professional, you know, it takes up the full screen and it looks proper. But then we also just cropped it for like feed, so it looks really good as well. But anyway, so the first element that you want to test is creatives. The main things you want to test: photos, videos, graphics. Simple as that. Test different types of photos of your classes. Test photos of people training. Test photos of people just smiling in the camera. Test photos of people working with the instructors. Test lots of different types of photos and make sure that like it's more close up, you know, you can see the people's faces. It's very important. That'll really help you increase the results. Videos. Test lots of different 15-second, you know, video clips of, let's say it's kids martial arts, for example, kids showing focus in class, repeating after the instructors, kids working with each other, kids working with instructors, kids just having a good time and smiling, kids doing their warm-ups, different elements of the class. You want to test out that sort of stuff, and then you also want to test out script videos. So like 30 to 45 second videos where you're calling out to your area. Hey parents in Barrie, how's it going? My name is Adam and I'm here at Champs Academy. We're offering an adult martial arts program for our community because we want you to live a happy and healthy life, blah, 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 blah. So script videos work really well, but here's the thing, like you gotta have a personality, you gotta have charisma. Like if you have a dead personality, like it's just not gonna work well, you know, like you gotta have like a good personality and good charisma and good energy about you if you want those to perform well. Like if you're like kind of like a monotone person and you speak, like it's not gonna do well for you. Furthermore, like what we do and lots of other agencies do is like we'll actually provide script videos, but I always urge people, like, don't follow the script word for word. Try to like switch it up and put it in your own words, because when you're just like reading off a script, hey parents in Barrie, we want to welcome you to Champs Academy, so it's so like it's not genuine at all and doesn't do anything for your brand image. If anything, it makes you look like shit. What you want to do is like, you are the owner of your martial arts school, and if you're truly passionate about what you do, you don't really need to follow a script word for word. Like at least take a look at the scripts so you can have a good idea of what structure works, but then like just put in your own words and just like talk about your martial arts school and how it can help people, and have an editor like cut out all the extra, you know, BS in the video and clean it up. When you just talk, people will like really like get a sense of like, oh, this is a genuine person, like this guy is just trying to help the community, like, and people will connect with that. It'll perform like so much better. And then the last thing is graphics, right? So you can test like minimalistic graphics like this, which is a title and like a little CTA. You can test out like, you know, get a graphic designer off like Fiverr, or just create a graphic yourself off Canva or something like that, and test lots of different variations of graphics. Test photos versus videos versus graphics. We usually keep like 3 ads running at a time, but it all depends on your budget, right? Like if you're spending $100-200 per day, well, you can afford to test probably like 5-7 creatives like ads at once. Whereas if your budget's only like $20-30 per day, I would keep it to like 2 to 3 ads at a time. But yeah, test photos versus videos versus graphics. You know, whenever an ad spends, I would say $40 to $50 and doesn't generate a lead, turn it off and then just keep testing and keep testing and keep testing. And eventually you're gonna have a winning ad that performs extremely well that you can double down on. The next thing I would test is ad copy, right? So different types of ad copy. If you go in the Facebook ad library, which is a tool where you can basically look at anyone's ads, any company's ads, and you look up martial arts or martial arts classes, majority of the ads are like super like insanely long and like tons of emojis and all this stuff. And personally, it looks cheesy and it makes every single martial arts school look the same. We experiment with lots of different types of ad copy. I mean, like we have like 35 different types of ad copy that we test, and we're always like working on new types of ad copy. Here, it's like very simple. Start the new year off right now. You'll have a blast in martial arts classes while getting in shape and learning practical self-defense techniques. Reserve your spot for a free trial now. Like, it's very simple. Like, let's see how this ad's doing. 32 leads at $13 per lead, so it's doing amazing, right? You don't always need that crazy cheesy ad copy to get good results. And then even the headline, like a lot of people go overboard, lots of emojis, they make it too long. It's very simple. Barry Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes. Basically, like, test out different types of ad copy, test out different types of headlines. You can also, like, you know, see what works better here. For call to action, I usually like get offer, but again, test it out and see what performs best. That's pretty much it when it comes to just lowering your cost per lead and optimizing your ads. The first and the biggest factor is your creatives. So test out photos versus videos versus graphics. The next thing is test out ad copy. So like a short form versus a long form versus just the different types of messaging, testing out headlines. And I would say that's pretty much it. I mean, there's lots of like advanced stuff you can get into, but I'm not going to go over that today. If you just focus on those three factors and testing out lots of different variations, I promise you your results will get better over time. The only job of your ads, whether it's Facebook, Google, YouTube, is just to generate you leads at a low cost. It's not to generate you students. Like, what happens after they sign up, like the lead nurturing automations, the, you know, follow-ups and the frequency of follow-ups and the funnel, all of those sort of things is what actually converts people into booked and showed appointments. But the only job of your ad campaign is just to generate as many leads for the lowest cost possible. So that's really all you should be focused on. I mean, there's certain things you can do, like testing out conversion campaigns versus lead gen and different types of funnels. But we usually, like, for most people, like, just start with the lead gen campaign, optimize it, get your cost per lead as low as possible. Always keep testing. Even if you have a winning ad, keep testing out other ads, because that ad's going to fatigue eventually and you want to have backups ready. Yeah, just following that process and just trying out different creatives, ad copy, headlines, offers over time will continue to lower your cost per lead. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you have any questions, as always, comment below, and hope this helps. Have a great day.